got a little paragraph here. I'm completely
absolutely gone.
What was the name?
The Eggy Bandits. Yeah, we spent the whole night egging the arcade, and then when
over 1,000 eggs.
it was covered, it was like it was disgusting.
There's something dodgy happening, so it's just probably code for like, guess that nosh him a knob or something.
Just come around the corner and just lost control of the car, and then the car was just on a railway track.
Fuck, you're joking.
So the car had smashed.
So basically, Halloween's origins date back to the 8th. Guys, welcome back to the Allegedly Possibly Maybe podcast. Today we're filming the Halloween special. Now I'm hoping Ben's about to show Dan and Jimmy on the edit, because as you can see, two of us seem to have a costume on and two of us don't. Well, basically, we've got a costume challenge. So we've been given a budget, gone away, got a costume, and what we thought we'd do is me and Lozzie will get changed in the first half. Dan and Jimmy will get changed in the second half. Dan and Jimmy, as you can see, they've got their eyes closed and covered. They haven't seen us yet, so you're going to get the first reaction to our costumes. We're going to discuss the costumes, and then we're going to crack on with the show. Right, boys, I'm going to count down from 3, 2, 1, reveal.
What the fuck is that?
That is fucking brilliant. Chest burster.
For the audio listeners, Lozzie has gone for the alien chest burster look, and I have to say that is a piece of DIY mastery.
Magnificent.
Tell us, like, how is this happening? How is this working right now?
Right, so the entirety of the budget is the plush toy chest burster.
It does look
I've used a
detailed.
white shirt that I already own, and the fake blood was actually from an old video that I did with you.
Oh.
The ghost documentary.
Oh, nice.
When inexplicably Robbie Knox just thought it would be great to bring some fake blood.
He did, and that was a prank on me. Go check
It was.
that out.
It was good. And so I used that, and then there
Nice.
was a bit of fabric glue that my girlfriend had.
Interesting.
And then
she just
with
happened to have that.
Yeah,
Is
she
she
does
in-
arts and crafts and shit.
So how old is she? Just
she's 3. No, she's 25. Okay, it's all good. And then to make it kind of stand up on its end, so it wasn't like flopping down.
You don't want it flopping down, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
You'll make a wreck.
A flaccid alien is no good to anyone.
That's very true,
Right.
especially
You
on
haven't
the fancy dress.
attached it to something, have you? I've got full control.
I've had to take 15 fucking Viagra tablets for this to work.
Ooh, arts and crafts.
What we've actually done is we've actually tied 2 arms of a ripped t-shirt round my back and tied to this to keep it taut.
Excellent.
So,
That's
yeah.
fucking brilliant,
That's
mate.
what we're
No,
doing.
mate, I'm well impressed.
It does look like a raging boner, though.
So what? If my boner looked like that.
I would not be raging.
No, that's solid. Guys, what do you think of that? What do you
Love
think
it.
of
Mate, I fucking
amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
Brilliant.
if I went to the door and that was there, mate, I'd be fucking just a boner. Just
Oh, dear.
Just for the listeners, I'm not actually naked here. I actually got my dick out, you know. just saying.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Well, yeah, Lozzie, you smashed it out of the park.
I thought it was pretty decent.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Shall we explain? yours?
Right. Okay. So, full disclosure, what I'm wearing right now, I didn't pay for. Okay. So basically, I had to do an Instagram post. I needed to get some PPE. Dan kindly paid for it for me. So I was like, well, I have this outfit and I have fake blood. This is actually spray on blood that just soaked in and just doesn't look like I've applied fake blood. But this is covered in blood. So I thought, what can I do with the spare budget that I have? Well, I thought, if I'm like a hazmat guy, let's say an alternate reality, yeah, where coronavirus has mutated, right? And everyone now are zombies. Okay.
Ooh.
So what I did with my remaining budget, I'm just going to put the mic down. 1 second. I've got to be very careful.
Ah.
So basically, hang on, let me get the mic before I bring this up. 1 second, sorry, it's a bit stuck. 1 second. Oh, one of
The bin bag is clinging to that.
A couple have fallen off, but we'll get them in a minute. So basically, I went and bought a baseball bat and some nails. And I mean, there was two more nails. But what I also found was there's a metal rod down the middle of wooden baseball bats, so I had to super glue the nails on. But yeah, so with my budget, I made a doomsday weapon.
Nice,
so that is part of.
That is a proper doomsday weapon.
Yeah, that's my Halloween costume.
I like it, man.
So hazmat, bit of blood, and a baseball bat with nails in it.
For the listeners, I'm just going to explain how large these fucking nails are.
Well, I went into Screwfix, and I went, "Can I have some 9-inch nails, please?" And they were like, "Do you know how big 9-inch nails are?" I think it was quite apparent I wasn't a builder. I was like, "No." It was like, "Well, do you want to have a look at 6-inch nails first?" I was like, "Okay," and they brought them out. I was like, "Fucking hell, yeah, they're long enough." So yeah, and I managed to bang one in, and like I said, and then I had to just super glue the rest. But I thought, right, obviously, I've adapted, yeah, because they're super glued on, and as you can see, some of them are already fallen off, which is a bit shit. But I thought, picture the scene. I'm going to have to take my goggles off because they're fogging up. It's hot. So picture the scene, right? You've got a baseball bat with nails in,
and you can't see.
You're about to hit a zombie, yeah, right? And you crack it in the head. If you've knocked nails through a bat, if you can't pull it out, you're now attached to the zombie. What I've done by super gluing nails on is once you've hit the zombie, in theory, they will detach. So just think of the nails as ammunition on your baseball bat.
There's one on there which the nails the opposite.
Yeah, that's the one I actually banged in.
But I like that one because that's the one you don't want to really get hit with, is it? The blunt nail. In fact, I reckon just do them all like that. Yeah.
Just bang them all in 1/2 inch.
Yeah.
Mate.
Getting hit with that side of the nail.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised they hadn't split the wood completely.
No, that's what I thought, to be fair. I was looking at the reviews online of the bat, and a few of the reviews were like, "Oh, it dented when it hit the ball a few times." I was like, I wonder if it's going to split when I put a 6-inch nail through it. But fortunately, it didn't. And I managed to get a baseball with it, which I can just, keep for leisure purposes. So it's a win-win-win. So yeah, so basically this was free. This is recycled. This is 25 quid worth of baseball bat and nails.
Nice.
Decent,
I like it.
Yeah.
Also, no one's breaking in your house, are they?
Well, if I tell you what, last night would have been a bad day to burgle me.
It's extremely inconvenient.
Yeah, but
especially if you were sitting in your house making it like you're dressed now.
just the
like, you look like a right nutter.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure this is probably illegal, so it will be destroyed after this podcast. So
Allegedly, possibly, maybe.
Leave it with me.
It will be. Yeah, or we'll just put it in the backdrop somewhere.
I mean, I could tell that there was, something going on with nails. Someone rocked up to your place.
Yeah. Lozzie rocked up this morning. I was trying to keep it all concealed, and there was just a half-empty packet of 6-inch nails on the floor in the living room. He was like, "Is that something to do with your Halloween costume?" I was like, "Yes, yes, it is. Yes, it is."
How many did you get on that fell off?
3. 3
and
fell
there's
there.
3 fell off, yeah. And there's
Yeah,
3 on
the
there.
super glue, unfortunately.
Did you plan on going all the way around and then just thought,
fuck it, yeah.
Well, the issue I had was drying because I couldn't have them lean, you see.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd do one side.
But
and then also you know which way to aim.
The other side, can be for like wiping people out. The other side, it's got options, isn't he, with that? It's not just a one-man baseball bat. It's,
I think it's quite innovative, and with, like I say, the super glued nails, you can get away easier. Because, like I say, with that, if you put the raw end of a nail, you're stuck.
Yeah,
you're stuck on. And if you get swarmed by zombies, you're fucked. So you've always got to think of every possibility.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're doing some damage.
The zombies might not even attack you because they're like, I don't want to be attached to him.
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't like the look of that.
I don't like the look of that.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Look at them gloves. Jesus Christ, let's get away from him.
This guy's fucking geared up. I'm going for someone easy.
Yeah. Are those nails super glued? Fucking hell, he's thought of everything.
Shit, he's got resources.
But yeah, right. So that's my costume.
I like it, mate.
I think that was good.
Yeah.
Good attempt, mate.
Thank you.
I mean, I like the way you've recycled that one.
Yeah, I just thought.
I'm assuming
I caned this in spray on blood. The only bit that's really you can see is one speck, which is infuriating. But yeah,
I'll take it. Most of the budget went on that.
Oh, all of the budget was on this.
Okay.
Yeah. Because this is
how much was the spray on blood?
I think it was like £1 from when I did the dark web box video.
Fair. How much was the baseball bat?
The baseball bat, Sports Direct.
Oh, nice.
Big shout out.
Yeah, $12.99.
Big up Mike Ashley.
Nice.
Yeah. No,
Big
it
up
was
Mike
decent.
Ashley.
It's cheaper than I thought for a baseball bat.
Yeah, it was 26 reduced.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
Oh, they've got a sale. God, that's unusual for them.
There's a sale.
We can't say anything.
There's a sale on Sports Direct.
It's normally just the clubs he owns is giving discounts on. That's not even funny.
That's it. Oh dear, but yeah, there we go. Oh man, I'm gonna have to
Take your gloves off.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, it looks
already,
uncomfortable.
man. So we're gonna see Jimmy and Dan's after the break, which we're not going to yet. Don't worry. But yeah, so obviously, I'll tell you what, Halloween special. I thought we'd go into
A sauna.
yeah, and just sweat out for a bit. It's not even summer anymore. But right, so I thought we'd look at and talk about initially Halloween's concept, where perhaps it came from. Ben, if you could pull that up, the origin of Halloween.
Cheers, Ben.
But while you're doing that, I do have a question about Halloween, and that is all year round. As children, we're told, don't talk to strangers. And then it feels like one night of the year, you're kind of influenced.
All that goes to
go out.
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it, everyone?
I think it's to be honest, a bit fucking mental. But I suppose, kids getting sweets. Do you give a fuck as a kid?
As a child, I literally didn't care. In fact, I had many enjoyable trick or treat sessions. But it just seems odd from a parenting perspective.
Yeah,
I think a lot of parents go out with their children.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
We do.
Back in the day, they didn't give a shit, did they?
I never went out with my mum and dad.
Yeah, it's fucking. But yeah, I mean, we used to cause carnage, didn't we? Back in the kids aren't like how we used to be, mate.
Nah,
It was,
too PC now.
We used to get carnaged in Birmingham. It was awful doing trick or treating.
What you would?
Yeah, so I remember once we were probably about 8 or 9, and knocked on the door, and we were like trick or treat, and the girl there, she's like, "Hold on a minute, we've got a trick."
Ooh.
And I was thinking, that's not
That's
how
not how it
it works.
works.
I was like,
You don't wanna hear
sweets
that.
and sweets, and then I don't know, my boyfriend or brother opened the top window and threw a bucket of water over us.
No.
And that was our second house, so we spent the whole time just
man.
and they just thought it was hilarious. I mean, I imagine doing that to some kids now if they're not.
I used to
mate.
genuinely think it was trickle.
Oh,
I didn't realise for 25 years that it was trick or treat. I just thought it was trick or treat.
trick or treat.
Up until about maybe
Trick or treat,
12,
love.
maybe. I just thought that.
Really?
No. Yeah. and
Imagine
then-
getting fucking.
I used to knock on doors and go trick or treat. Like that's how I used to say it. I never used to say trick or treat, and then one day it just was like.
Here it comes.
Yeah. I think one guy was like, "Oh, trick," and I was like, "What are you
What?
going on about? Where's my sweets?" He was like, "Trick or treat," and I was like,
Fuck.
blown away. Yeah.
You just start screaming.
My whole life has been a fucking lie.
That's it. Oh, I remember once when I was trick or treating as a kid, because it's sort of like the rule kind of is if there's a pumpkin outside the house, then that's the house you go to.
Yeah.
Well, we were trick or treating, and this guy or woman, I have no idea, took the time out of their day to buy a pumpkin and carve "piss off" into the pumpkin and put it outside their door.
Fair play.
That's still
like,
nog.
fuck it.
Did you ever do the thing of let's go where all the big houses are?
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
Go to all the
tactics
rich
have to be
people.
involved
Yeah.
in trick or treating.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Always fine because you know that if they've got a massive house and nice cars, and they haven't got a pumpkin out, you know they haven't got treats, but they've got money. And let's face it, that's what you wanted, really. You just wanted the person who was like couldn't be bothered, and they just give you like a $5 or
just to piss off.
Absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. Me and my cousin went one year just roaming around, and we had this fucking ingenious idea because he just had like a few masks from previous years. It's like, right, so we'll go round, get loads of sweets, drop them off at my auntie's house, switch masks, and go out again. And we just got twice as much stuff.
Played the fucking system. That's clever.
We did.
That's clever.
Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. But you got any other stories from trick or treating?
Well, my entirety of my childhood was spent.
Oh, you just lived in the middle
Borough
of
Castle, which is like basically a really.
It's just one road.
It's just basically one road, and the average age is probably about 80.
Yeah.
So you ring the doorbell, and you're waiting there for about 20 minutes to get anything anyway.
Yeah, just to get.
And then sometimes they rock up with something like a fucking banana. You just like, my childhood with Halloween just weren't great.
Yeah, the like Jamie Olivers of the trick or treating world trying to push like healthy eating onto kids.
No kids want fruit.
You know what I mean? If you're going to give me food, I'm giving you food. That's it.
No kid wants fruit, do you? An orange? No, mate.
No.
I want a fucking Ripple.
Yeah, not on Halloween.
Honestly, mate, the take-ins I used to fucking get were fucking abysmal.
Take-ins? Like it's a business?
Yeah. Well, honestly, if we've got some fucking
the net profit was...
my turnover
if it's swapping masks, man, what the fuck? I mean...
I just hate the Halloween tax, you know.
The government really needs to fucking sort this out.
You have to give back a fudge.
Oh man, Jesus.
Boris discussed Halloween tax.
Boris out.
Have you ever done the whole, sitting in, the door goes and you just turn all the lights off?
Oh yeah. What? Yeah, once you're like
out of sweets.
Yeah.
Out of sweets. Yeah.
Not even out of sweets. Just like not getting involved. Just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Fuck you lot. You ain't getting shit.
That's it.
Yeah. Pre kids, I used to just forget about it. I've now got kids. It's like we go out and
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like
so I think you guys, you just want to shut the door and ignore.
Yeah.
Really, don't you? It's a bit of a noise.
Yeah. My mum loves it. She like, bless her. She counts how many kids come to the door and then compares them to the previous year. Honestly, she's like, I had 84 this year. It's like, whoa.
Hang on, there's been a 20% rise.
She's going to be able to give like solid analytics on the effects of coronavirus on Halloween based on the last 5 years.
Do you reckon they're going to be doing it this year?
Well, I heard on the radio they're talking about it, and then they're saying about the groups of 6. But hopefully, because I think kids love it.
As a kid, I used to absolutely love Halloween. When it was coming up and stuff.
And then you got carol singing as well, where you can make a bit of money.
Yeah.
Have a little bump up towards your
Well,
Christmas.
if you're going up this year with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, you're fucked, aren't you? Boris will be straight on that.
Which dwarf do you leave at home?
But you only take 5.
Oh yeah, shit.
Snow White's not even fucking turning up.
Oh mate.
Anyone who's ordering that fancy dress, you know Boris has got tabs on that.
Yeah, straight on it.
Fuck us,
phone in the fancy dress shops.
Oh dear. Did you ever, like you're saying about egging and stuff? Did you ever do any of that time?
Oh mate, I've got a story.
Dan's got you had a whole. Weren't you in the
we
newspaper?
got arrested.
Jesus.
It wasn't
convict.
I mean, fuck.
No way.
It wasn't just because of that, but it
was the assault that really sent there in the end.
No, didn't you have a name? What was the name?
The Eggy Bandits. So funny. So like, I'll go into it another time. We got arrested for some stuff. We were like 15, and but
15.
There's a little grocery shop around the corner in East Coast where we lived. Can we get arrested for this now? Anyway, my mate.
Look what got on the desk. I'm fucked. We're all in.
They had a massive delivery of eggs. I think we were like 14, 15, and he could get his hand in, so we took all the eggs, and he got banned from the arcade that was round the corner by where we lived by a floating bridge. So we spent all night. I think it was 24 24 eggs per case, and we must have had 50, 60 boxes of them. So we just spent all night and we egged the. I mean, it's awful. I'm very sorry to.
That's. I mean, 10 boxes is 250 eggs, give or take.
So we spent the whole night egging this arcade. To be fair, the guy who owned it was a bit of a weirdo. It wasn't very nice, but and we spent the whole night egging the arcade, and then when
over 1,000 eggs,
it was covered. It was like it was disgusting. It was just the whole, and it was so hard to get off.
It was a sunny day the next day as well.
And then we just left a little note saying, I think
enjoy the
lad who did it, Jim. He put.
What, me?
No, not this year. No, you'd have been 5 then.
Oh, no.
You weren't doing that. And he just left a little note saying, don't mess with us from the Eggy Bandits. But we didn't realise this. So later down the line, we were little shits back then, and we got arrested for stealing a little boat. And my mate bought in. I didn't steal it. He bought this little boat. And he's like, he was like, it's all right. It's
a 6-year-old lad brought a boat.
So we got on this boat. We're going around. Anyway, the fucking police boat coming. We got caught up. But when we were in the police station getting interviewed about it, they had a little note, and my dad was with me at the time. And then the copper goes, "Do you know anything about the Eggy Bandits?" And I just had to I was almost bursting.
Yeah, mate, they're the best gang in town.
Yeah, why? Who's asking?
Never heard of them. But yeah.
So I don't know.
The Eggy
Walks out with his
Bandits.
leather jacket with Eggy Bandits. Like a bike gang. I don't know what you're going on about, mate.
I don't know what you're talking about, constable.
But yeah, that was my 50. Awful time.
Someone will be watching this. And
Eggy Bandits.
That is such a
That's going on a fucking t-shirt.
Eggy Bandits.
That could be a regiment.
If that
of the
shop's still
allegedly,
open,
possibly, maybe army.
I'll buy you some eggs because it was out of order. The arcade I didn't feel too bad about, but stealing the eggs wasn't.
Yeah, we all make mistakes. It's fine.
We live and learn. It wasn't too
do.
bad, I guess.
Nah, that's it. No, we do. I don't know if I've ever. I think I lobbed the odd egg and that. But I say what I saw once, which I was like, that is fucking genius. But a load of people probably already do this. But we were trick or treating, and these lads had like a paper bag of like water and like flour and shit. Set fire to it and then rung the doorbell. So obviously as they opened the door, it's a fire in front of them. So the guy just stamped it out and just flowers just exploded everywhere. I was just like, as like a 9-year-old, I was like, that is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, flour's a nice thing, isn't it? Because usually...
Yeah, well, you can also use dog shit or humans, whatever your preference is. You know what I mean? Let us know down in the comments.
Let us know. Dog shit or human shit?
Let us know in the comments. What do you prefer?
What are you using this Halloween? Dog shit or human shit? Do let us know.
Flour.
Yeah,
just made me think of the cafe.
Oh yeah, that's a story we're going to bring up at some point on the podcast. Actually, what I asked at the beginning of the fucking web show. Sorry, wrong show. I do apologise. At the beginning of the podcast.
That's his other crew.
Sorry. No, that's cancelled. Halloween's origin. Where's it come from? So we've got a little paragraph here. I'm completely gone. I'm completely
Did you write this, Ben?
I think mate. No,
this is from Ben. It could be anything in there.
My brain fucking done him in.
My brain went when we went to human shit or dog shit. Right, so basically Halloween's origins date back to the 8th. Oh man, too much Dr. Pepper.
He's just fucking
I'm so glad that this is a special because we can kind of
You're in the right.
Yeah, it's like
Are you measure? As you
Sounds like Lozzie's thing trying to talk. Coming out of the stomach.
Can someone else read this, please? Lozzie, could you read that, please?
Halloween's origins date back to the ancient Celtic festival of how do you pronounce that?
Samhain.
Oh
no, pronounced Samhain.
Done you over. The Celts who lived 2,000 years ago, mostly in the area that is now Ireland, United Kingdom, and northern France, celebrated their New Year on November the 1st.
Okay.
This day marked the end of summer and the harvest and the beginning of the dark, cold winter, a time of year that was often associated with human death, Great.
Nice.
Celts believe that on the night before the new year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred.
Nice.
Oof. On the night of October 31st, they celebrated Samhain. That's it.
Definitely not spelled that way.
Yeah, definitely not. When it is believed that the ghosts of the dead return to Earth.
There we go. Very interesting.
Okay.
And now you can't say you don't learn something new on this show. So there we go. A little bit of knowledge for you. I didn't know that. So Halloween actually basically originated 2,000 years ago. That is insane.
Yeah.
Funny that came up about blurring the boundary between the living and the dead on October 31st. Because basically I want to do a video, if we could go explore somewhere or do something leading up to Halloween so I can drop it on Halloween. But also on Halloween I want to film something, and I feel like it's probably, if it's real, then this is a shit idea, but I feel like the best time to try a Ouija board would be on Halloween, when, as that says, the lines between the living and the dead are blurred. So I think that's something that we should probably do.
Gives you the best chance, doesn't it?
Yeah, to get a result.
The nutters go out though, innit? They know that everyone's out, so all the nutters that
Eggy
go
bandits
out.
are out.
It's very true.
They're
I reckon like places like Darren Woods where we've been, because we heard, there's devil worship and stuff in there. I reckon Halloween night, cool. I bet that's a corker.
See some twats facing the trees going, ooh.
Yeah, all around that knife, bastards. I knew it was them.
Yeah.
But have you guys ever done a Ouija? I know. No, you. Oh, you did. You did a little bit. Have you guys ever done a Ouija board?
I haven't, no.
You haven't.
I did one at school, but it was shit.
Yeah.
It was one we wrote it out ourselves, and I think we had a coin, and people it was just going everywhere.
Yeah,
so it was like
yeah.
blatantly just someone
Is this
moving
one of
it.
those
Yeah.
things that you do? Remember?
Yeah.
I'm on a Ouija board.
Yeah. My teacher made it for us.
Oh dear. Would you be open to doing one? How do you feel about
I would shit myself though. I mean, I'm scared of like all that sort of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Do they still sell the games?
Yeah.
Because there was a ban on them for ages. Which
Was there?
Yeah. When we were younger, that was the whole thing. It was like, you can't get them anymore, and that's why we used to make our own.
I remember as a kid, I was told about a Ouija board by one of my friends, and it scared me so much I ran home crying. I was like about 8, I think. I was probably about 15, but I was just absolutely terrified.
Yeah, I was always,
on the way down, last week, like, no, about Ouija board. No.
I've always been scared of all the weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like a nightmare where paranormal shit happened and then you wake up and you're like, fucking hell, I'm glad. Like you just be in a room.
I've had
shit
dreams.
Starts moving around.
Yeah, I've had dreams where I've wanted to wake up.
I get in my nightmares. I get scared. I haven't actually experienced it in real life yet, but I know I would shit myself.
Yeah,
for sure.
For me, obviously, I've done a couple now. The first time I did one, it took an hour before anything happened, and what did happen was that people moving it, probably, but it's more the if I'm wrong shit. Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm wrong and this is real and we bring something through, that sucks. Yeah. That's my kind of mentality. I don't really believe that it's true, but it's just that small percentage that makes it scary and exciting at the same time. Although I have to say, since Darren Woods, there have been some weird things going on at my house. Which so I could have been. Yeah. That's just defense against the ghost. The bat. That's. But yeah, like we've woken up in the morning and doors are open that were definitely closed from before. A few times when I edit, I got my headphones on and that, and I thought Maya's come back, and I'd be like, "Oh, you're right," and then there's no one there. Stuff like that could just be noises or whatever, or it could be something else. But yeah, Ouija boards, I don't know what to make of them. I don't believe that they work. But again, with all this stuff, like I say, it's that slim percentage.
I think as soon as you do something like that, you open up your subliminal to start thinking.
Yeah.
That
I think if it does exist, it's fucking cool because it's like it opens the realm to other stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because if that exists, then you know, when you die, you're not just dead. Because that's what I believe.
You get to be a
when
demon.
you're dead. Yeah, when you die, you're dead.
And you're fucking gone.
I suppose
You get to be Beelzebub.
But if that stuff does work, bonus. Because then it's like, you know.
I just love the fact that, like, when you're closing a Ouija board down, you say, "I do not give you permission to follow me home."
Yeah, like
that's
if there's enough.
That's going to stop them.
Some malevolent fucking demon is like, oh fuck.
I forgot about that rule.
Fucking got me.
Shit.
Yeah, I was then going to attach
forget
myself.
about that bit.
Just about to fuck him up.
Yeah.
Why do they always go around scaring people though? That's what I don't get. Why aren't they just doing good stuff?
Maybe they feed off of the...
I don't know. They all seem to be fucking.
That's the question I always ask. Why are they always absolute arseholes?
Maybe they do
good ones for
maybe
Nevin,
they
isn't
do good stuff.
Maybe it's just their night off and they're just fucking having a big one.
Yeah. Just fucking,
That's it.
I'm going to ruin... Yeah, I'm going to ruin this bastard's day. But yeah, I think... I don't know. But I want it to be real. Like you say, I'd love it.
Yeah.
That'd be great. It opens the possibilities. And yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for that day, filming something when something happens. But how, like we said before, the amount of like cameras and your phones and stuff, and yet there's been nothing concrete captured.
This is my thing with it. I think 50 years ago, 100 years ago, all the stories you hear, when I got told shit as a kid, we had no internet or anything. I believed everything. Like, I was down that lane, a car got pulled over, and they fucking the wife chopped the husband's head off and put it on a stick and was hitting the. And I was like, that definitely happened because someone told me. And then you realise now you can just go on the internet, check Google. Well, that didn't happen. That's bullshit.
That sounds like an interesting story, to be honest.
I never went down that lane because I'm petrified of I didn't have a car either. So
was that a true story? I thought you just make it up off the top of your head.
Oh, it's just one of those a myth as a kid. Yeah, when you go around, there was like a lane and it was like, oh, don't go down there. It's where the car got pulled over and the wife chopped the husband.
There's always a reason not to go down the lane. Yeah.
But when you're young,
the Eggy Bandits live down there.
Don't go down here.
I don't know about nowadays. Like if you're young, because like I say, even at the age of that, I was maybe like 10, 11 or something. Believing that you could check stuff up. On the internet now, couldn't you? And go and have a look and be like, oh, well, that's total bullshit.
Yeah.
Whereas when you can't check stuff out, like you believe it.
Absolutely. I think that's also why the Ouija board thing, when I first found out about it, fucked me up. Because we're probably like one of the last generations, like I can remember pre-internet. And like you say, you can't fact check anything unless you go to like an encyclopedia.
Yeah. And even then...
Cool, I bet that industry took a kick in. Fucking hell. Encyclopedias. But yeah, no, it's... That's very interesting, actually. Comment down below. I'm intrigued, you youths out there. What? Yeah. Are there any scary stories going on, or do you just fact check them and be like, "Well, that's bollocks"? Because you're missing out. You're missing out on a lot of terror. They'll
be online, won't they? Cancelling the ghosts.
Yeah. The scariest thing to a kid now is not getting into double digits on the like counter. Only 9 likes. Oh god.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Take that 9.
But there's loads of kind of scary stories as a kid. I mean, the big one this brought our middle school to genuinely to a standstill. They had to have an assembly and all sorts. Bloody Mary, because it just got round. Oh my god! If you say Bloody Mary in the mirror 3 times, she'll come. And then there was like rumors going around that like certain kids had done it in the PE changing rooms and saw her and all this sort of stuff. And there were kids crying, kids refusing to come into school. And so the head teacher had to do a fucking assembly for all these year 4, 5, 6, and 7s to be like, stop. It's not real.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't. Oh shit, no way. I was terrified.
I did it.
Did you?
I wasn't impressed.
You weren't impressed?
Oh, not a great fan.
So did you go full whack, the candles, the lot?
I think I said it before. I was dared to do it. So I said, fuck it, I'll do it. Went into the toilets, turned the light off, said Bloody Mary 3 times in the mirror. And that was it.
So Bloody Mary, what's that? What is she?
I thought it was just a drink.
I was
it's I think it's like it's this spirit of this woman who lost her baby or something, so she's seeking out. Ben's now going to Google it as well. So I keep forgetting keep forgetting that
We
we've got
have
this.
technology.
We have access. To
Yeah,
the net.
exactly. That's about the drink, I think.
It does say in brackets cocktail.
just put the urban legend of Bloody Mary or something. But I believe like she was searching for a child and died and something. And so if you say her name in a mirror, she'll come.
I thought wasn't that from the
Seeking her
film?
baby.
The Candyman. That's what it's from.
Maybe
Yeah, it's similar. It's very similar.
They've done a
Maybe.
collab.
Yeah, Candy Mary, Candy Mary, Candy Mary.
What's this? Blah, 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 American slasher film? No, not that one. But yeah, so it would cause mass hysteria in my school. And
Try the folklore
obviously
one,
nowadays, like you say,
Just Google it.
Google it and you'd be like, well, that's bollocks. So it's obviously not going to happen.
We didn't have a scary thing. We had a thing with you ever do it when you're at school? You've got the wall and then you push your chest in. This is nothing.
And just go up there.
horrors. You stand up there and and then you just end up fainting. You ever have that at
Oh, like,
school?
look.
Maybe this is. I'm a bit older than you
What
guys
was
now.
that?
So like you stand up the wall and then your mate
Oh, your mate.
pushes
Yeah,
your chest. Like,
Oh, yeah,
loads
yeah,
of
and then
time,
you like-
and then you
yeah,
just-
yeah.
and then you just
Yeah.
faint.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with any horror, but it's probably
Apart from the
quite
kid that fell and
severe,
cracked his
Or
head.
the kids that died.
Yeah.
Just absolutely like munted it on a fucking urinal.
Yeah, teeth are gone. But yeah, no, I think Bloody Mary is basically very similar to Candyman. And funnily enough, I did a video on urban legends, and Candyman was one of them. Do you know the origin of Candyman?
No.
Or like where Clive Barker, who wrote it, got it from?
Wasn't it something to do with bees? Isn't
That's in the film.
Oh,
But
right,
what actually inspired it was basically there was certain types of buildings in America where the bathroom mirror or cabinet was actually like a door, because behind the bathroom mirror was a wall space for plumbers to get in and fix any pipe issues.
Okay.
Now, in those areas, burglars cottoned on that basically you can access someone's building by going in the wall space and going through the bathroom. And basically, a woman was murdered by someone crawling out of this wall in her bathroom, but it inspired the crawling out of a mirror to kill someone.
I mean, that
actually happened. A woman was murdered.
horrific,
But imagine that.
Just the fact
That's
that knowing
grim.
there could be like people in your walls.
Yeah, that's horrible, isn't
A
it?
film about children.
Yeah,
in walls?
I think so.
I watched that when I was young. That was fucking scary. Loads of little kids living in the walls.
That's
of the
grim,
house.
isn't it? It's like, what's it called? There's a term for those people that like come into your house, like live in the loft for a bit, drop down when you're out, eat your shit, live up.
yeah. I think it's
Extreme
Voyager.
squatting.
Yeah, I think it's called.
Voyeur.
I actually think it's called
Voyeur.
frogging, but with a ph. I'm pretty sure it's frogging with a
Ben,
ph. Ben, just quickly Google that, please.
Yeah, can you
Oh,
search
What's
for
up?
frogging?
There you go, frogging. Is it? It's a film.
This film.
Hello, I'm frogging to sneak in. Yeah, to sneak in a houselet and live amongst.
I've never even
Look,
thought
to
of
sneak
that.
into a house and live amongst its occupants without their knowledge. People who attempt this are referred to as frogs. Frogs try to respect the house's inhabitants as if they were roommates by not breaking or taking, although mooching food is sometimes necessary for survival. Isn't that mental?
What, do they just
So
get a
you're
kick
called
out
a
of it?
frogger.
Frogger, yeah.
Imagine
That's
how
got to be on a t-shirt,
fucked
isn't it?
that would be.
Frogger.
I imagine they're absolutely being fucked during lockdown.
Yeah, you just get stuck.
Just absolutely emaciated upstairs.
You can't come down for food because the family ain't leaving.
That's where all the death's coming from. The death toll. Just all the froggers.
Froggers in the attic.
We've got fucking.
There's thousands.
Yeah.
They're dying every day.
It's that like when you read it like that, it sounds quite nutty. Like, I was just in your house in your loft. Like I was only.
I was being
frogger.
respectful.
You're being respectful, but. It's fucking. You
Are you paying for the Wi-Fi?
Yeah, imagine
living
their
there,
loft. If I found someone living in
Frogger.
my loft, mate. Oh my god,
That'd be horrific, wouldn't
it'd be weird.
Yeah. It'd be terrifying as well.
They call them froggers, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
frogs.
I'm not really
With
too
the
sure on the name.
With the pH as well. What's
Yeah.
the pH about?
Frogging.
But yeah, frogging.
No,
Mad,
you need
isn't
a
it?
PhD just to do it. Wouldn't you?
But yeah, absolutely.
Did you do a video on that?
I haven't.
No,
I watched
you
a
haven't.
film
There you go.
about it.
Coming
but-
soon.
Coming soon.
Yeah,
because
I'll do
I
it.
have seen. It was probably a link off one of your videos, but
I've done I think I've done a video about baby cameras, and one of them caught someone coming out of a loft. I think something like that.
yeah, one I watched was
Fuck.
like, it was someone.
Frog.
This happened. It was someone who just lived in lived in someone's house for like 6 months or something. It was an old tenant and had a key, but like a genuine case of this, and they would come down and get this. I mean, you must get bored.
Yeah, what are you doing all day? Absolutely.
They put on your schedule. They're like, well, he goes out this time, so I'm gonna eat then.
Yeah, and then go back in the loft, and then wait till he leaves tomorrow.
So weird.
It opens the fridge. Bit disappointed didn't do shopping today, but
I mean that scares me more than ghosts.
Yeah,
some nutter living in.
Yeah, 100%. But
shit, there's
actually,
no milk.
Just going back to what I was then saying about it potentially being on the baby monitor video. Obviously, you've got kids, Dan.
Yeah.
And ever anything baby monitor weird? Any weird sounds?
No, we didn't have the monitor where you watch them. We just had the one that goes in the cot, and then basically it picks up movement and stuff, and then but you just don't get any sleep because it always goes off.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you can never ignore it.
Yeah.
And you have to get up and see. You just
it's
a weird. It's weird. Once you get it, you can't get rid of it because you're like it's a. I mean, obviously we've survived fucking hundreds of thousands of years without it.
Yeah.
Probably not for me, it was a bit of a hassle with it. But you just have to get up and like beep, and you're like fucking hell. Adrenaline goes you up, and they're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some sort of setting. I imagine. Hopefully, you can get better ones. No, my kids are like 5 and 8, so hopefully the technology's progressed.
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. You can get all like video ones
Get
and
yourself
stuff.
a Frogger. Come down. Check the baby.
Yeah, that's
what
good. Yeah, now you can get all sorts of like video ones and shit now, and there's all videos online of them being hacked, and like the people hacking them and like talking to the kids and the babies and shit.
Yeah,
and, like,
I've heard that. It's weird,
absolutely horrific.
Mega fucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So the baby monitors I want to touch on. There was something else, but I think we'll go to a break now while I refresh my memory. And when we come back, Dan and Jimmy are going to look a little bit different as well. But we're going to chat about more spooky stuff. We're going to maybe talk about our favourite horror movies. And I've gone through the emails that you guys have sent me, and I have to say, you've sent some corkers of ghost stories and ghost encounters, which I'm going to run by the boys after the break. So we'll see you after this. Bye.
In a bit.
Whenever you're ready.
Guys, we're back for the Halloween special. I know I look a bit strange right now. If you're watching, I have my eyes closed. That is because the outfit challenge has returned for Dan and Jimmy. So can we open our eyes on 3? Yes? Yeah.
I thought you was going to do a countdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, classic. That's brilliant.
That's
brilliant.
good. Oh, for the audio. We went so around.
Fucking hell. Do you want this?
Oh, for the audio listeners.
So Dan's ordered some larges, but he's ordered large cakes. That's why Daddy. I mean, I've got the smallest head in the world, and it's still.
Some of the audio listeners.
And a bit
Jimmy is Robin, and Dan is Batman.
You know, you need to chill out on your pecs.
We're like old school.
Yeah, like 50s.
Only
Yeah.
We do not.
Yeah. I mean,
That's quality.
These are splitting the old nutsack.
I mean, I was hot before. I am sweating.
Oh, man.
That's quality.
That's so good. No, that's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I've got to take my eyes a bit. Mate, are we recording?
Yeah.
No, the funny thing with this, the guy supposed to drop the package off yesterday, and he just come to the door because I got him on the CCTV, and then he just fucked off. So I was on the phone with Amazon trying to get the costumes. I was like, fuck, I've got Robin, but there's no Batman. fair, the woman I was was like,
It's just not a good film, is it?
Yeah. And then I was like to James, like, mate, I'm just gonna have to come with Bruce Wayne. I'm just gonna have to wear a suit. And then I ordered that as a backup because it's a.
Because Ben is Dracula.
It's a Dracula,
Wonderful.
but there's a bat mask, and I was like, oh, it's a Batman.
It's like the off-brand Batman.
Oh man!
But
So
yeah,
how did you get it? So you fucked off, but did they manage to bring it in?
Yeah,
Bring
I
it
think
back?
so. Because he claimed it was delivered, but it wasn't. So I've ordered a new one, but then he must have just dropped this back off again today.
Oh right.
So I've got another one coming as well.
Oh, no way.
I've got two. In fact, I'll put the other one in a box.
There you go. Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
It won't be the main prize,
Yeah.
but
So that's
all right, isn't
the the APMA monthly box. So
box, I'll
one
pop
of
one
you
in.
will win a large
fresh.
child's Batman outfit. That's epic.
But on the picture, I mean, it's a full-grown man, and I'm not a full-grown man.
It just says in the picture not to scale.
Yeah, not to scale.
I mean, if it doesn't fit me, it's not going to fit anyone, is it? Yeah.
Ben just cracked me up. He went, "Yeah, it's funny because you just don't look defined at all." Oh no! Cheers, Ben.
Jesus.
I literally just look like Delboy, like when he wears it.
That's what I wanted to delve into, actually. So, like, obviously on Halloween, does it have to be scary, or can you just...
I think it's just anything goes.
Yeah.
to be honest.
I know
I think it's just an excuse for fancy dress. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's what I mean. Does it?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I went as Jesus once, and everyone was kicking off, weren't they? They were like... And I was like, technically, he is a zombie, you know.
Yeah, he came back from
That's what I mean. He did come out from the dead, so
he was the original zombie.
Yeah, he said it before it was cool.
Yeah,
Right.
I was like, yeah, he was the original zombie, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, it's very true.
Christ.
Nah, yeah, no, I think you can get
Literally.
away with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, no, for
That's
sure.
fair.
Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. I went as a Teletubby one year.
Yeah.
What a
Which
fucking
one?
change.
Yeah. You've never had a normal fancy dress, have you?
No, I went as a chicken another year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Full chicken.
Nice.
James doesn't get the concept of Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what I'm doing.
Yeah. Just fancy dress. Yeah.
Oh, so these were Halloween parties,
Yeah,
not
that's
fancy
what I'm
dress
saying.
parties.
Yeah, I think I like to, because, you know,
the-
I like to stand out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with
got
you.
zombie,
I'm with you,
ghost,
like fancy
zombie.
dress and all that sort of stuff. But a chicken for Halloween, even I can't stretch that one.
Have you ever seen I do like there's some funny clips of like wind-ups for fancy dress.
Oh,
So like
yeah.
all the lads will be like, lads. All the lads will be
Loads,
I'm
loads,
like,
loads.
I'm
getting
like,
ready
yeah,
and they're like, oh, we're
stag
going
do's.
we're going as this, and then like, but they're not. And
They
then
say
the
just
one
one
guy
person.
turns up.
Yeah,
It's like something
yeah.
funny. They crack me up.
Yeah, we had it was a bit of a tangent, but it is fancy dress. I was on a stag do in Birmingham actually, and this was when I was 18. It was my cousin's stag, and we were all Oompa Loompas, and he was Willy Wonka. And in Birmingham, there's like just off the main strip of clubs, there's like a square which has just bars.
Okay, yeah.
And we all went down there marching behind Dave, Willy Wonka, and this security guard was a proper dickhead. He was like, no, you're not coming in. And everyone was outside because it was a lovely summer's day, and everyone was like cheering for us and that, and then started booing the bouncer.
Oh, cool.
So then we went over to a different bar, and the bouncer was just, he's seen like hundreds of people, just, but she's like, yeah, come in, and everyone like cheered, and everyone was asking us for pictures and shit. Just
Please.
these really tall Oompa Loompas, just saying fucking.
Please tell me you went to Cadbury's. rock up down Bourneville, like. We're home.
Did you know you must get that? I'm here for my shit.
The mothership.
The guy at the Cadbury's factory's like, oh, fucking no.
Yeah.
Fuck
We
off,
got
man.
the Oompa Loompas outside.
Yeah. Oh, dear. But yeah, no, that was just a fancy dress moment. But yeah, it was mad. Honestly, like I say, hundreds of people just like villainising and booing this bouncer just for doing his job.
That's what Halloween's all about, though, isn't it, really? It's all about dressing up.
It's all about doing bouncers over there.
And the parties. It's all about, I
Yeah.
love a Halloween party. do you know?
Yeah.
You know.
I'm intrigued.
Especially-
When,
Five
when
mates.
you remember the old
No.
nightclubs when they do like the Halloween nights?
Yeah.
Get all the birds all dressed up, looking fit. Do you know what I mean? It's just that's the best nights, isn't they? All in their skimpy outfits.
Loads of girls dressed as cats. It's just every single time. It's just a slutty cat.
It's the only time of the year you're going to be able to see it.
It's like when I was looking on Amazon for costumes. I went on to Prime Now. Yeah, no. I was going to come as a cat, but imagine if you come as a slutty cat. Oh mate! On the Prime Now, they've got like what you buy. You just picture me as a cat.
Imagine.
Yeah. No, is that on here? You can go. Oh, is it just Prime Now? So it's
over budget though.
Still over budget.
Yeah, turn her over.
It says what people have bought with this item.
Oh yeah.
So like, I was looking on the costumes, and it's like, it's handcuffs and baby oil.
Oh right.
There's some weird combos on there.
Oh mate, sorry.
Yeah.
This is what Halloween's all about, though, isn't it? Let's face it.
It's about e-commerce.
But the trouble is, they look like that there.
Oh yeah.
Look at the Batman suit, and it's a ripped guy in it, and then reality, it's either 10 sizes too big or it's a kid.
Yeah. Oh man.
They're never like. Yeah, I mean, I look like
Fuck.
The guys don't look as cool, do they?
No.
Oh man. Is that there? That is a 5-year-old child.
Oh shit, height.
And he's got
104 centimetres.
It's got the fucking elbow knives or whatever they are on that one.
Oh Jesus Christ.
He's got more definition than me.
Yeah, look at the
By the way,
quads.
have we-
Fucking hell.
Have we said that what we are? Because obviously the
The audio listeners,
That
That's totally the whole time. By the way, Dan and Jimmy are Robin and Batman and Robin. Fucking hell. Oh, is it that one?
Yeah.
Him there. Hang on, what's it? 27? That's over.
He looks like the old. Oh, yeah.
You're
going over.
every time, Dan. Every time you're going over on the budget
I'm
challenges.
really trying to think of anything I've given back.
That's so weird that the medium's £27 3
Yeah, but the
pence and the other two are more.
Oh, yeah.
I did get a medium.
Oh man.
I'm
But
trying
yeah.
to stay close to that budget.
Yeah.
Oh man. No, I think.
Look at the fucking eyes, man.
I love their face painted him.
He's got the googliest eyes I've ever seen.
Get that up on the YouTube clip, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do.
Because that is a menacing set of eyes.
How is that officially licensed?
I know. Oh my god.
He looks like a Frogger to me.
That fucking comes out from your attic.
The next Batman film. Frogger who just comes down.
Oh man.
We can't find him.
They're like, we've done the sewers. What else you got? We'll do the loft.
Batman's arch enemy. He's in the loft.
Oh man. Oh,
Just open the hatch to your lobby. I'm Batman.
I'm Frogger.
Oh man.
Need milk.
Candice, we've run out of Twixes.
I'm done.
Jordan's dying.
Jesus
Caught the
Ice and water.
fucking crap me up.
I was just intrigued, you when you said you went as Jesus one year. How accurate did you get to like films and that? Or the depiction of Jesus, you know, like have robes.
Well, what it was, because I had a big beard, so I didn't want to shave just for the role,
Fair.
for the role of the evening. So I just put in like famous people with beards and
Top of the list, Jesus.
yeah, Jesus.
I'll take it.
Johnny
I'm
Depp.
surprised he hasn't.
Yeah, that one there, look, top right.
Has anyone set up an Instagram for Jesus?
Probably.
Imagine trying to get that verified.
But yeah, that's the one I had. But obviously, I
Yeah, that one.
didn't use the beard.
Yeah,
like-
Joan
Oh,
beard.
about Mary
That's
Magdalene.
still floating about in the factory, I think.
yeah, mate.
Unreleased Hobo Jack
Nice.
special.
Oh man.
I just remember loads of people going, long hair does actually really suit you.
Oh dear, but
It's the sandals as well.
hilarious.
Oh yeah, I had the sandals.
You'd love it.
Yeah,
Did you?
Yeah, I had the sandals.
Oh man, guys, in the comments, does random fancy dress count for Halloween? Let us know. Let us
think
know
I
your
just-
thoughts.
I put the
And what's the
sandals
best
on.
Halloween costume you've ever worn? We'd love to know. If you're listening, tweet us.
There's a tweet.
APMA Podcast. APMA Podcast. Is that what it is?
Just point to the bottom right.
Yeah.
It's
down here. It's down here.
Fuck it.
But yeah. Dear oh dear. Sorry, my chest. It's like, when you go swallow down the wrong hole. But yeah, no, that's boys. I think we've all smashed it out of the park on the fancy chest. Another successful challenge. First, it was the chairs. We've done costumes for Halloween, and I think we've absolutely smashed it. Right, so what are your favourite horror films? As we were on a Halloween special. Ooh. Well, actually, no, backtrack. What do we think of the horror genre? The horror genre films. Obviously, some people a bit scared. Personally, it's my favourite genre, so I've got a lot to say on this. What do we all think of horror?
I like some horror films, but most of them I just think are so fucking shite story-wise that just can't be fucked.
There is a lot of shit horror films, some of which I want to talk about today. Jimmy, what do you think about horror films?
Oh, they scare the shit out of me, man.
Do they?
Yeah, like, I enjoy them because they obviously they do probably scare me, but then I'm like, it affects me for like a few weeks.
Does it?
Afterwards. Yeah. Like,
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I watched It, the new one, and that fucked me up for a little bit. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was like the cinema.
Scary,
that was pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah, that was that one fucked me up. What else have I watched? Oh, The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Oh yeah,
that proper
did it?
Fucking scared the shit out of me. That one did.
Well, I tell you what. Sorry, boys, my throat is fucked.
Get a beer down there.
Yeah, innit? Just while we're on the subject of exorcisms, I was going to do this at the end, but I may as well shoehorn it in here.
What, we do an exorcism?
I've got someone possessed right
Thanks
now.
for volunteering.
Fucking hell, I've already got a fucking chest
He's
burster.
going to use a shoehorn.
What a great segue.
We've got,
Power of Christ compels you.
We've got a tweet question, because we, ask us questions on Twitter. And we got one from Argo Iman, who asks, what are your opinions on exorcisms? So, do we think they're legit? Do we think it's all a load of pony? What do we think's going on?
I think they think they're legit. Well, they'll actually sort the issue out, or could help, but I don't think there's actually any proven science behind it.
Oh yeah, I think if you're going into the realms of religion and stuff, and spirituality and stuff, I don't think there's any science behind it whatsoever. What do you guys think?
Well, I watched that film, The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where she always wakes up at 3 a.m. in the morning, because 3 a.m.
3:33.
It's like the most haunted time of the day.
The
or
witching
hour.
hour.
Yeah.
Scary stuff.
And I've had nights where I've woke up and I've checked my phone and it's bang on 3 a.m., which is but then I don't know whether it's because as soon as you start reading up about that stuff, it's weird when you wake up in the middle of the night. Sometimes just check your phone.
Yeah.
It's weird how it's usually 3 a.m. sometimes.
I know. Yeah.
Sometimes allegedly, mate.
Yeah, it is. It's yeah.
But,
it is.
but yes, I watched that film, but then I actually had a lucid dream. And in the film, because in the film it's like a case, isn't it? A case where they're trying to prove whether it was an actual exorcism or whether it was just coincidence.
Yeah.
And they go over in the film about what lucid dreaming it is. Yeah. And luckily, I watched the film before I'd had one. So when I'd had a lucid dream, I knew that it was
a lucid dream.
A lucid dream, the actual term and what happens. Because if I didn't know that already and I'd had it, I would have been something had come into my room and I don't know, fucking, it's just because basically something happens in the middle of the night that wakes you up, but you're not actually awake.
Yeah.
Or no, you're
it's
awake.
Like sleep paralysis.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, and it's maybe I'm talking about sleep paralysis.
Yeah, I think you are. So you're between the two. So part of your mind is still switched off and dreaming, and that part of your mind paralyzes you.
Yeah,
because your body doesn't want you enacting what's going on in your dreams because you'll hurt yourself.
So then, because I was facing,
but part of you is also
I was
awake.
facing that way, down, belly down.
Oh man!
And I woke up, head on the pillow, and I could hear because I had carpeted room as well, and I could hear it weren't just footsteps, it was footsteps on the carpet in the room, and it was and I just remember thinking fuck, someone's in my room. I couldn't move.
Grim. Yeah.
And I felt it come round the side of the bed.
Yeah.
And then as I was trying to move, it was the quilt was strapping down over me and like pulling me into the bed, and I just couldn't move, literally couldn't say anything, and like obviously it clicked straight away. I was like, this is a lucid dream, because I'd watched that film, and then everything just stopped, and I got up and I was like, fucking hell. And I was just thinking, if I didn't know what that was, you would just shit yourself. You'd be like, someone's come into my room, and like, or something's come into my room. And I do think that's where like a lot of, I think things happen to people in life, and then they think it's because they've watched so many scary films or whatever.
Your brain's powerful as fuck, isn't it?
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
so
my God, 100%. And with sleep paralysis, I've had it myself. And the thing is, because you are partially awake, and so things happen in your current surroundings, it's quite possible people have had that happen, woken up fully, but not realised that they were half sleeping. Do you see what I mean? So they just perceive it as that's what's actually happened. And I've had it before. You know, I had it in the place I'm in now. Just a woman in my peripheral vision couldn't move. There's just like a woman standing in my peripheral vision, like absolutely disgusting. It's just because it's just that, because you cannot move. It's just like you're just frozen in fear, and it's like I had it on my back. So it's like you say, it's like someone sat on your chest, like you just cannot move, cannot speak. It is very, very grim. That's
grim. A lucid dream.
I don't know. I think it's like a combination of like sleep paralysis and a lucid dream, I think.
So sleep paralysis. Researchers believe sleep paralysis is caused by a disturbed rapid eye movement cycle, because it mostly happens as people are falling into or coming out of REM sleep. So I think that's like your deepest part of your sleep. So during this stage, their brain normally paralyzes their muscles anyway. That's completely normal. So they don't act out their dreams. A lucid dream is a dream during which the dreamer is aware that they are dreaming. I had one of these about 2-3 nights ago. It was nuts. During a lucid dream, the dreamer may gain some amount of control over the dream character's narrative and environment. However, this is not actually necessary for a dream to be described as lucid. My lucid dream the other night, it wasn't scary, but I did something that basically fucked my whole life up. Like I fucked it. And so I was like, in the dream, swear to God, in the dream, I was like, I have to be dreaming right now. This is a dream, so I need to wake up. And what I was doing in my dream, I was running and then jumping and falling on my back on purpose, because I thought that'll wake me up. And I was kept doing this, and it just wasn't working. So then I was starting to doubt myself, like, am I dreaming? And then I woke up. And then when I woke up, I was like, thank fuck that was a dream. Because obviously, I've had other dreams where I've killed someone, and this is normally what happens. I've killed someone, and I'm going to prison for the rest of my life tomorrow.
Oh shit!
And so I'm like, this had better be a dream, because if not, I'm so fucked.
Yeah.
And then
have you ever had one when you're in prison?
I think I have.
I've had that moment of like, because
the sequel.
I've had
the sequel to the.
I've had that.
Released next week.
I've had that one when you're in prison and you just like. I mean, obviously going to prison, you must just feel, because there's nothing you can do. Yeah. No, that's not nice. Yeah. But like, I don't know. It's like, in reality, it don't seem that bad. But when you dream, when it's real.
Yeah, exactly.
Because dreaming's like the closest thing to like some stuff that you never would ever happen to you in life.
I did have a dream once. I found loads of money, like just loads of coins. I collected them all up, and it was really vivid. And I went into my room and I put them in a pot, and then I woke up and I was like, the money's. The money. I really thought the money was in there, and it wasn't. It wasn't.
Man.
It was a younger dream.
Gutting. I think I had a dream once that I did a collaboration with like PewDiePie or someone, like one of like millions and millions of subscribers. Like, fuck, I've made it. Woke up, bollocks, man.
I've only got a Hobo Jet one. He's like, fuck, I've only got a Hobo Jet one.
This is when I was pulling like 14 views. I was like,
so back to doing the Red and Leeds Festival. Line up, let's have a look, go on in.
Yeah, fucking hell. But some dreams. I also used to have dreams where I'd smash all my teeth.
Oh yeah.
Is that teeth?
Fuck. I think. Yeah. Can you Google this? But I think it's linked to money problems or something like that.
Teeth
falling out. Anxious.
I thought it was being like something to do with looks, like if you're what's it called?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So dream about broken or crooked teeth suggests embarrassment or insecurity that needs to be addressed. Crooked teeth suggests that something needs to be straightened out in your life. Someone breaking your teeth, a dream about crumbling teeth yet, suggests your fears of getting older and feeling weak and dejected. Oh. Yeah, because I've had that a few times. Like, that's horrible, man. The thought of your teeth smashing, but like I say, that crumble, horrible. Apparently, I've got a fear of getting old. There we go.
That's it. Getting curb stomped.
I think spiders, I think, means some crazy shit as well. But yeah, dreams, like the mad thing about dreams, it's a bit like space and a bit like the deep ocean. Like we understand basically fuck all. When it comes to dreams, it's one of those things that we still just to this day just
There's some
don't
really
understand.
good documentaries on it. Actually,
I was going to say some really good dreams.
Yeah, that fucking.
There are some good dreams.
What's this? There's dreams about being chased, dreams about falling. Dreams about falling from great heights are very common. While there is popular myth that they hit the ground, in your dream you will die in real life.
Yeah, that's
simply not true.
Yeah,
I've done that.
I've died in a
I've hit the ground in a dream.
Yeah, I've
From
had
falling. I was at a great height, so
I had a dream I was in a car crash a couple of weeks ago. That was good.
That was great.
But,
I went through the windshield.
we didn't.
my car crash.
Did we do car crashes? Because we've both been in car crashes.
Have you?
Yeah.
I actually thought mine was a nightmare. Like I was pinching myself. Trying
Really?
To and I was like, "This is."
Are you happy to go into it?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Bit of a tangent, but I mean, it's
No,
Halloween,
it's
isn't it?
traumatizing, scary.
Mine was on the 5th. What was it? Bonfire night, so it's fairly close. Yeah, I was like 17, and I've just bought a Ford Escort 1.6. So I thought I was like
The boy.
Yeah, I thought it was the boy. So I was like just out cruising with like one of my mates, and it was quite late. It must have been near like sort of 12 o'clock or whatever, and decided to go home. So I was on my way back home, and we just took like a last minute detour. We were like, oh, we'll go down the seafront one more time, do a little, because you used to do, you do like a little cruise, and then I was like, we'll come back. So like literally, I remember like just making that decision of like just turning right and going down a different road, and like so just speeding. I won't say how fast I was going, but I was speeding. And yeah, just come round the corner and just lost control of the car, and basically just sort of hit a fence, went through the fence, went down like a steep bank, hit this like metal ladder which spun up, and then the car was just on a railway track.
Fuck, you're joking.
So the car had smashed. The car had like sort of sort of like bent in half that way. So they couldn't move the car. It was completely disabled. And I looked right, and it's just railway line.
Oh,
and I looked left,
mate.
and there's railway line. So like, obviously, like checked my mate. I was like, mate, get out of the fucking car. We're on a railway track. Like,
yeah.
And I'm thinking in my head, it's a nightmare. You know,
Yeah,
it just doesn't feel real.
Ridiculous.
It doesn't
man.
feel 1 minute. I'm just it's just normal life.
Yeah, but also
whatever.
the chances of that.
Yeah, and like I was just like, right, get out of the car. So we jumped out of the car. And obviously with like the sound of the crash, there was houses opposite which had already called the police. And luckily the police station wasn't that too far. So he was there within 2 minutes of it. And I was still like in shock. So yeah, the police officer turns up. And the first thing he says to me is like, obviously it's really bad, but like, don't worry, the trains aren't running at the moment. So I was like, fucking like, sort of thank God for that.
Yeah.
And then as he said that, I heard the tracks sort of vibrating.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. And then literally looked down the line, and there's a fucking train which had coming down the line. And obviously my car's in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
So he jumped down. He's like waving a flag, trying to flag it down and stop it. And the train just comes straight through.
Smashes the car.
Just takes the car about 100 yards
Fuck.
up the track. But obviously, what's going through my head is like, you know, watch loads of it. I'm just thinking, I'm thinking of like an explosion.
Oh, right, yeah.
As it's coming, I'm just thinking, all I'm thinking is I'm going to prison basically.
Yeah.
This could derail. Yeah. There could be
fuck,
hundreds of people.
yeah.
I'm just thinking like this, you know, you see these things on the news where the fucking, and I'm just like, that's it. My life is completely over.
Fucking
And I'm literally
hell.
there. I was
That's
literally
disgusting.
just there, just like I think I'd like kind of like collapsed. I was just on the floor.
I remember you telling me about it.
I remember just pinching myself, and I was just on the floor, and I was just like praying, and I was just pinching myself like, please wake up, please wake up. But obviously it was and then
fucking
next
hell,
thing you know,
man.
Like I said, luckily there was no passengers on the train, and the train driver and stuff was fine.
Yeah.
I know that they have to go through some like stuff after that happens, because obviously he didn't know that. As he's coming up,
well,
to
he
the car,
could have hit a car with people in it.
He doesn't know whether people are in the car.
Yeah,
or not.
yeah.
But the only lucky thing was that he'd just come out of a station where the train had stopped and let off like the last people, and then so it wasn't full speed. It wasn't full speed, but like obviously trying to stop a train.
They put all barriers up now on that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the whole. So a car had crashed there a year before, and they were I mean, I'm not blaming them. Obviously, it's my shit driving. But yeah, they were supposed to put barriers up. And like even the whole court case, I mean, I put my hands up and said, look, I was speeding. I took all responsibility for everything. And even like, they was all on my side for some reason in court and stuff. No, and they're basically the council and everyone had fucked up.
Yeah.
And they, I mean, in court they said that apparently a tree had fallen down and had swerved out the way, and that the police officer had rescued.
Oh, that day.
Yeah. But it was all. I mean, I don't know what had happened or whatever.
Because I remember the article, and you got it up. They were saying it was a joyrider. It was a kid, a 15-year-old kid running joyriding.
Yeah, joyriding was like
totally.
Full,
just the news just totally lied about what I said.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it was just a young and dumb. We all do it. I mean, drive
just
like.
Lucky that when you sort of landed and you just didn't get caught in the. Because if you got you leg caught or you fuck caught, or either you
or if you hit your head and you were knocked out and you didn't get out of the car.
A year later, I was drinking in a pub, and I told the story to a geezer who's drinking in the pub, and he was like, "No way!" He was like, "Red Escort," and he went, "I've got it down the salvage yard," and he was like, "Because I didn't know because they took the car and everything away, I didn't know."
Yeah.
And I was like, and he's like, "Do you want to come and see it?" So I'd like booked to go and see it. And like literally, just my driver's side was just like basically the front of the train. So yeah, would have just
just killed you there.
Yeah, so,
fucking hell, man.
Yeah, just
that's
crazy.
Insane.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, lucky to be here, really. But just thankful. Like, hasn't like didn't like massively affect me or anything. Just just one of those things where you think, right, I need to like grow up now and
exactly. Unfortunately, no one was hurt.
Because you do, you know, when you're that young, you never feel like anything's
fucking
gonna,
mate. When I was that age, I thought I was fucking invincible.
That's what I mean, and we do dumb shit, but like that was a massive thing for me, and it was like, right, fucking hell, you only get one life, so make the most of it, sort of thing.
I think when you're in, like I was in a car crash on the motorway, and because when you're driving on the motorway like 70, 80, like it just becomes normal. You forget you're going 70, but like I crashed at 8 miles an hour, and I wasn't driving. My ex-girlfriend was driving, and it was a bit wet. It was like over a slight hill, and as we were coming down, and she just lost control somehow. I think she was moving. It just started to skid an aquaplane. Yeah. But then as we were doing that, I think then at that point we were going about 70, but it was an old Peugeot 205, like diesel, so it's really heavy at the front. And started to aquaplane, and then it started speeding up and turning, and then we were going, like, you know, the barriers on the side of the motorway. We were like speeding up, heading towards that, and it felt like we were starting to lift. And beyond that was just loads of trees. And like mind slows down, and I was just like, well, fucking going straight into the trees. Like I can see them, and like it's like, and then we're starting to go over, and then I ducked down and pulled her down with me.
All right, Batman.
I know.
Batman as well.
Punch through the roof.
Yeah.
And then so we hit the barrier, and then like we were both clenching, just waiting to hit the trees because of how fast we're going, and then it landed on the roof, and I was just waiting for the impact, but it like we just stayed on the roof for like what seemed like ages, like all the like
rubble
window like shaking and the back window come out, and then we just slowly slowed down, and then I was like. Upside down, so I took my seatbelt off and like fell down. She was upside down with her seatbelt on, so she was a bit in shock. Obviously, she was driving, and So I had to I kicked the window through, but we were facing up on the motorway. So all I was thinking is, fucking, if a car comes over that hill or a truck or something, we're just going to get hit. So then this, because we were on the motorway still, and then managed to get her out. Yeah, and so some guy came running over and was like, "You guys okay?" And we were both absolutely fine. I think my ex-girlfriend had bad whiplash. And she broke her nail. She pulled her nail off, but when he said to her, "Are you okay?" she's like, "I broke my nail." And I just started laughing because I thought it was the funniest thing ever. And the car was still upside down. Had to shut the motorway down because it was still leaking diesel everywhere. Fire engines came and stuff. The car was a total write-off. Both absolutely fine. We went to hospital, and apart from her whiplash, we were totally fine. But you see how vulnerable you are, in a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
That's fucking mad.
I mean, the funny thing about mine was literally the next day. I remember the new, my mum was listening to the radio in the morning, and the news come on, and it was fucking 15-year-old crashes on the train track, and blah blah blah. And then it was and the second story was Saddam Hussein has been hung, and I was like, yes, I got ahead of him.
Oh, that would have been fuck. There was someone else crashed a car on the train track as well on the same day. That's nuts.
I remember the next morning I wake up and just shook my hair and glass had come out my hair.
Oh man.
And fuck. I remember Dad in the morning. My dad was like, son, how fast was you going? And I lied and I was like, I was going. I don't want to say any of the speeds because
31.
Yeah, that's what I was going 31, and he was like, bollocks, mate. He went, I just went down there and done it at fucking 40, and done it at 41, and I was like, why would you do that? I was like, imagine you crashed there, the next day. Yeah, in the day.
Just clipboard out, I've done fucking 31, 32, 30, all the way up to fucking 60.
Yeah, legendary dad, but
Oh, dude.
but I think I actually wasn't going that fast. There was an advert. They call it an adverse camber or something in the road.
Yeah, but if you lose control as well, it doesn't matter if you go the right speed or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, that's the thing that I learned. I was like, as soon as the brakes lock up, that's
it's
it wasn't massively going. I've never been a huge speeder anyway, but it's just that thing. I was like, fucking hell, I can't believe, you think you're safe, don't you? And then
cars at those speeds, you're just not that safe.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy. I've never been in, touch wood, never been in a big one. I just had little bumps. Someone rear-ended me, and oh, dude, this is when I was. I'm going to sound like such a dick now. So I was on my way to. I'd had my car a week, and I was lifeguard at Hopton. And I was driving to work, and I had to drive through not a school area, but you could tell it was a road that was part of a school run. And basically this woman pulled out of a T-junction because the guy behind me told her to go, even though I'd stopped because there was... Anyway, she drove into the rear end of me. I was a bit annoyed, got out, what the fuck. To my credit... I saw she had 3 young children in the car, and I calmed down instantly, and we just talked about the issue, right? Funny bit is, which probably makes me sound like a massive knob, is this guy across the road, her friend, marches over. He's just taking his daughter to school, or son to school, whatever, and he goes... what's going on here? I'm a PCSO, the plastic policeman. I was like, well done, mate. I'm a lifeguard, so fuck up. And I just carried on getting her insurance details, and then her husband kicked off because of the cost that it would cost. But I think it was 200 quid worth of damage, which is mad because she was literally maybe 5 to 10 miles an hour, just bumped into the back of me.
Little bump.
But that's what I always just remember from that. See him coming over so I'm in control of the situation. It's
I'll never forget the cost of mine.
Oh,
the quote. I think the stopping of the train, the repairing.
Oh jeez.
It was on your. I remember it was on your insurance. The claim.
Yeah.
Because your insurance was hefty for a while.
80 grand claim.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. 80 grand.
That's your no claims out the window. Fucking hell.
Yeah, when I phone up for insurance, it's like a big alarm goes off. Nah, to be fair, they fucking big up Direct Line. I didn't have no issues with that. They sorted the whole thing out.
Yeah.
Didn't have to.
If you want to send us any money or sponsor us, like,
This the claims handler actually fucking loved you.
As if, man. 80 grand.
I've just repaid them the favour, and they've probably just got 80.
They'll probably make 80k from that.
That's it. Yeah. You've had you guys who just signed up for your car insurance. Absolutely quality.
Actually, they don't have their own adverts.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
I just need 80,000 people to sign up and we'll quit.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, my God. Shall we finish off with some of the audience's ghost stories that they've emailed in?
Oh, cool.
Shall we hear that?
Yeah,
so basically, I've gone through a few of the emails that you've sent in. Well, I went through a load of them and I've picked some juicy ones. And basically what I want you guys to do is just enjoy them, pick them apart,
savour them,
debunk them, and feel free to cut in at any point, all right? So I've starred the ones that I want to read. Let's go for... This is a juicy one, sort of.
Juicy.
Because it's in an Odeon cinema. Now, there's something about... Because cinemas are quite... It's been around for over 100 years, hasn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like the cinema thing. And like, so you probably find that these old picture houses have got... some creepy things going on. And also...
Mostly in the back row.
Yeah, very true. Some funky things on the back row. But, like, I can't imagine, being on the late shift at a cinema, having to maybe tidy one of the auditoriums by yourself at midnight is that enjoyable. Do you know what I mean? That'd be quite a fucking creepy place, wouldn't it? Well, we've got a message from Rob Angus Colburn, who has emailed in saying a cinema horror. So he says, hello, boys. This is my creepiest story from when I worked at an Odeon cinema. Let me know if you want any more. For a bit of background, I'm 22 and started working at my Odeon... By the way, Ben, in the edit, if you could put in some scary music right now, that'd be amazing. All right, some royalty-free scary music. Here we go. For a bit of background, I'm 22 and started working at my Odeon cinema in Exeter, England, May 2015 when I was 17. I like the amount of detail. My cinema had been there since 1939. So as you can expect, lots of things have happened there. There have been many spooky stories surrounding this place, and here is my weirdest one. I was working one night back in February and was checking if the toilets were clean, as that was one of our duties when leaving the gents' toilets. One of my work friends walked from around the corner and attempted to scare me by whispering, "Rob, Rob." This frightened me, as I do get easily jump scared. Once I noticed it was him, I laughed it off, calling him a prick, and we got on with the rest of our shift. Little did I know I was not the only one to get creeped out by this. A few weeks later, another one of my work friends came out of the same toilets and heard his voice calling, but this time her name, whispering, "Kim, Kim." She was creeped out more than me, as the person whom the voice belonged to, who scared me, was not even at work that day and was not in until the next night. She later told me about her experience, and it was weird to think that something was imitating his voice. I did some research later that day and found out in some cases ghosts can imitate people's voices that you come into contact with. Once I learnt this, I knew that we were being haunted in this building. A few months later, a girl called Emma, who I work with, was in the same area where me and Kim heard this voice again and whispered, "Emma, Emma." Straight away, she came sprinting down to me to the tills where I was working that night. I was also just talking to my manager, Martin, about general things, home life, education, etc. When Emma got to us and told us what she had heard, our radios and walkie-talkies all started blasting out static, making us jump. Martin, the manager, who does not believe in supernatural and ghosts, etc., thought that there was a rational explanation for this, like we had just intercepted another radio wave, but me and Emma do not think so. A message to take away from this, listeners, is always think twice as to who or what is calling your name. Kind regards, Robert. What do we think of
Right,
that?
first
then?
thing I'm thinking is, could it not have been another member of staff who was in contact with the original member of staff who started calling out someone's name?
But it was specifically, it detailed specifically, it was the same voice.
Yeah, but if
unless you, imagine they had like a member of staff that was like an aspiring impressionist,
but if
just
you're
like testing his
if you're
cast.
whispering though, do they not sound similar to each other?
To be fair, I'll give you that. Do people have distinct whispers? Rob.
I mean, if you put an ASMR
David
video on, I
Attenborough's
couldn't
got
tell
a
you.
Here we have in the Odeon, Rob.
Martin. His first.
I feel like
I reckon just David Attenborough got stuck in the toilet.
Why have all these people got the same first name and last name?
Yeah.
Eve. Cam.
So this was coming through. It's coming through the radio.
No, I think they're cleaning the men's toilets, and then someone's just going, Rob. Every time.
Is it always in
Eve.
the toilet?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Some weird cunt in a cubicle.
There's something dodgy happening in the toilet. It's just
Yeah.
probably code for like, guess for a nosh on my knob or something.
Say my name twice if you want a hand job.
Yeah, just not twice, or just say my name twice.
There we go. Well, that's a possible. That's a possibility.
That doesn't happen at
To
every
be
Odeon.
fair,
If I get to the toilet in a minute and I Dan, I know something's up.
that's it. Oh dear. The thing is, like, you may have just like started a trend. Like, you've now started a new
If
code.
Odeon now becomes the place that people could do that safely, I'd go for
Safely.
Safely.
COVID free.
It used to be phone boxes, but now it's all right. Odeon
And public toilets.
public toilets.
Oh, hand job.
What
Rob.
That's all right. They've got sanitizer now.
Away from the sexual connotation, what do you boys think?
I think scarier things could happen at a cinema. I imagine you was just cleaning out the bit where they'll watch the movie, and you're in there on your own, and then there's just a guy just sitting at the front. Just
Yeah.
blank. See that?
I was thinking that.
That would like
Imagine that.
Yeah.
It's empty. You've gone in there. No one else is in there. You're up the back row, just hoovering. You look down, like you say,
Someone
midway
just-
down. There's just a guy in like a fucking bowler hat.
Yeah, you're like, excuse
oh, he's from like
you're like, excuse
1940.
me, sir. It's the film's finished.
Yeah.
It's finished now, and he's just
You finished
like,
hoovering it, and then
Yeah.
you turn the hoover
And then
off.
you know when obviously when you walk you slightly bobble. You just like he just floats across. Oh, that just reminded me. Sorry, this is such a tangent, but I've got to tell it because it is creepy. My cousin, you shall remain unnamed. He was chatting to this girl for a bit, like Tinder and all the rest of it, invited her around for the obvious reasons, right? And he rang me afterwards. He's like, Geordie, I swear to fucking God, mate, I was fucking terrified. I went and picked up this girl, drove back, barely any conversation, walked upstairs ahead of her. I fucking shit you not, mate. I looked back at the stairs and she just like floated up the stairs. It was like, I was absolutely fucking terrified. I was like, Jesus Christ, what on earth you brought back there, mate? What on earth you brought back
Just
there?
got a stair lift.
did he still bang it?
he finished the job. Yeah, but he
good lad. Yeah.
Floating around the bedroom.
I thought you was just
yeah,
going to say he was
terrifying.
going up the stairs. He turned around.
He just booted her back down.
She weren't there. And then, like,
imagine
there
that.
was never any messages.
Imagine that.
Fucking booted
He-
it back down.
Mind you, he did do with a few of his mates a Ouija board. he did a Ouija board in the spare bedroom, and I didn't do it, but I can attest for this. That spare bedroom in his now dad's house is very fucking cold. It's very weird, and his younger brother moved into that room for a little bit, would sleep there and that, and his younger brother was never told anything about the Ouija board or anything like that. Nothing, right? Because why would you want to scare a kid? And one night, my cousin, the one who's sleeping in the spare bedroom, ran through to my other cousin's room who did the Ouija board in that room, crying, saying there was a woman sat at the end of my bed. And when they did the Ouija board in that room, it spelt out Deborah, which I know is a bit of a shit, not creepy name. But the fact that my younger cousin, Aaron, I don't give a fuck, Aaron is his name, he never knew anything about it. Never knew anything.
Yeah.
And there was like this weird presence in there. And then one night he saw at the end of the bed a woman Make of that what you will.
Did she say her name was Deborah?
Deborah.
My name's Debbie. She's legged it.
Deborah.
Sorry about that tangent. You just remind me. I reminded myself when I said about the floating
I mean,
person.
if her name's Deborah, I'm imagining like blonde, like cut hair. Bob. Yeah.
It's like a Karen's right hand woman.
Karen's cousin, Deborah.
Oh dear. But yeah, no, sorry. Back to the cinema. I completely agree. That would be absolutely terrifying, and I'd hand him my notice there and then. I wouldn't even do that. I just wouldn't come back. I don't think if I saw that guy just sat there.
If it was just, I don't know, if it was said something a bit scary, if it was just saying his name.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, if it's something just weird out the back after you stop clean, like turn Hoover off.
If I ever come into a ghost and he's just like, James, yeah, I'll be like, well done, mate. You know,
yeah. Don't wear it out. Fucking hell.
Yeah, if it was in there going, I'm going to kill you, I'd be like, fuck that.
Some weird out the back. Just like, you finish cleaning, turn the Hoover off, and he just goes, you missed a bit.
And then just disappears.
Oh, fuck off, mate. You've been here masturbating for 2 days straight. Fuck off.
Oh, dear. Yeah, no, okay. So what would we give that out of 10? Be nice.
I'll give it
on the spook
I'll give it
scale.
a 5. Let's just
5.
go midway.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go 5.
5.
Yeah.
Good. Remember, we want them to come back and listen again.
Yeah.
Take him. It could be our only.
I don't know.
It could have been a Frogger.
Oh.
Just living in the cinema, eating popcorn and a little drink. But I'll go.
To be fair, stick a movie on and that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Cinema frogging.
Cinema frogging.
Free Wi-Fi.
I'd go. Yeah, mate. 6.
6.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I mean, it's generous. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. In the comments, guys, let us know out of 10. I'll give it a 6 as well. So I think that brings it up to 5.5 out of 10. So Robert, try harder next time, son. All right. Right. We'll do one more. This one actually ties in a little bit with sleep paralysis and stuff, which is what we've been talking about, which is nice.
Lovely.
So this is from Barney Holden. All right.
Quality name.
That's a solid name. I mean, he's got a point already.
Yeah.
Just big old Barney Holden.
Right.
Right. So I didn't really believe in any sort of other realm or paranormal shit until this happened. Feel free to debunk it. I've tried to myself every time I recall this story. It gives me a shiver down my spine. He says, I was laying in bed a few years ago, must have been about 15, 16, when I came from a deep sleep into a lighter one. I hadn't opened my eyes, but I had a weird feeling. It was the feeling you get when someone is behind you. You don't know who, but you just feel a certain energy. I felt that when I opened my eyes, I saw a nurse. I simply ran out of the room and slept in my mum's bed. The next day, I told her about it. She laughed at me, told me it was a nightmare and to grow up.
Classic
Standard.
Yeah. Oh, you're 16. You've got to stop sleeping with me, for fuck's sake. To grow up. I went to school, and that's the last I thought would be told of it. When I came home, my mum told me to describe the woman specifically. I said it just looked like a woman dressed in white. She didn't look like a ghost out of a movie, but there was just something off about her that wasn't human. And when I said this, the colour from her face went. She then told me that she was joking to the neighbour about it. This is sorry. His mum's a savage. He's supposed to grow up.
Yeah,
it's like you'd never guess what that little pussy did last night. Like,
I believe
son.
it. So far, I'm like, this is all believable.
Yeah.
It's legit.
So yes, the colour from her face. She then told me that she was joking to the neighbour about it, and she told her what I had said. She was out, and she said that she was having a cigarette in the backyard. This is the neighbour. A few nights ago, and she saw a woman that resembled a nurse exactly the way that I had described it. If this was all, I would laugh it off as a coincidence. However, I went on to discover that my street is built on the same grounds as a Victorian hospital, and exactly where my house is was the entrance where the nurses would go to smoke. If you stand at the front door of my house, it will sometimes smell like cigarettes, but as strong as someone is blowing the smoke in your face. And whenever it does, there is a cold, eerie breeze. However, stepping 5 steps into the living room, the smell and feeling goes. And that is the story.
Cool.
So basically, sleep paralysis, sees a nurse Then his mum talks to the neighbour. Turns out she's seen a nurse. He does a bit of research. Turns out all the houses are literally built on the grounds of a Victorian hospital. I think it's pretty juicy and all adds up.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, sounds
I mean,
legit.
Yeah.
It's always like scarier when you apply history to it.
Yeah.
And it turns out that what you see, coincides with something historical happening.
Yeah,
or being
most
built
definitely.
on the grounds of. But yeah, it was better than the first one. Not to knock the first one. Not
Need
saying
to
it was
bring that
shit.
into it.
Not saying it was shit, but it was better.
Oh dear, yeah, no, I like that, and I you're bang on with what you said. There's like that story. I think it was actually then turned into one of the Conjuring movies or one of the Insidious movies, but it's a true story of this like toddler who was fascinated with this chair in the corner of the room, and then it turned out that like the previous occupant had died in that chair or something like that. So yeah, like you say, it's one, and he, Barney said it perfectly in the email. It was one thing could be a coincidence, seeing a nurse-like woman with the same as the neighbour, but like you say, once you apply
The history,
The only thing
it's
I don't
like
believe
spooky
about that
as
story is his name, Barney.
Barney Holden.
It's a legendary
Barney.
name. But yeah,
we should go to that place.
Yeah.
Where, I don't know where he lives.
Yeah, after I'll
Skate
email
crashes
him.
house. Just gonna frog.
Yeah.
Barney will let us
Barney,
in.
can we stay in
Should
your
we just-
room?
You can stay in your attic, mate.
Oh, mate,
We can frog you.
Don't
frog
do
you.
a Ouija board there.
Yeah, so I was
Ooh,
thinking
yeah.
that. To go there and do a Ouija board.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, guys, please do let us know on all the socials and that any locations you'd like us to go to. Because, there's obviously all like the big ones that you can Google, but I often find maybe the better ones would be the ones that have like the local history.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the ones like, there's this in the woods and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
do
doing
let us know.
Ouija board there, it'd be good. It'd probably spell.
Barney's.
Got a light or something.
yeah.
Smoking
Just
area.
Benson and Hedges. Yeah. So what are we giving that one? An out of 10?
I like that one. I thought I'll give that a 9.
A 9, Barney.
Because if I was to go and stay there, I would shit myself.
Yeah, 100%.
I would just be thinking about this nurse.
We've got to go.
Yeah. No, that'd be cool. Let us know where you live, Barney. What are you
7.
giving? 7?
Yeah.
You're
So,
out,
no,
mass,
7.
please.
Can we do
But it's a
0.5s?
compliment. Yeah?
7.5.
7.5, 9, and
I'm gonna go 8,
8.
but I did say at the start he gets an extra
Extra
point,
point.
for the name.
So he gets
So
the
9.
Oh, so you've had it on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9.
I'd like to know what the nurse looked like as well.
Yeah.
Really slutty.
It could,
Slutty now.
Yeah,
He said she didn't look human though.
Yeah.
Maybe like
Yeah, but what,
fit
like-
body, but just a bit.
You know
of
when
a-
you say,
yeah, a bit of a
She's got
dodgy
tits where-
face.
she's got tits where hers would be.
maybe, out of this world. Maybe she took it out of context. Yeah. She didn't look human. She was lovely.
She was like a goddess.
Oh, yeah, she's like a 10.
Yeah.
Nice.
She was fit as fuck, mate. She didn't look human. Imagine going up to a bird saying that.
Yeah.
You don't look human. What? Slaps you on the face.
10 out of 10.
You're out of this world.
Oh man, but yeah, no, thank you for the story, Barney. Guys, down below, please do let us know what you give that one out of 10. We're going to draw this Halloween special to a close. Before we go, before we put on a little competition for you, okay? So, in the comments, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're not watching on YouTube, get over to the YouTube video. Yes, the Allegedly Possibly Maybe podcast YouTube channel. Subscribe while you're there. Go on to the Halloween episode. Comment down below the answer to this film synopsis. Okay, what film is this? A serial killer brutally murders a mother and almost all of her children while her husband watches, leaving only one child alive. The father raises his only remaining son, who, as a result of the killer's attack, is born with a physical impairment. One day, the son is taken from his father and kept as a prisoner in a foreign land. The father must travel far from home to find him and can only rely on the aid of a mentally handicapped woman for help. So, guys, what film is that? Comment it on the YouTube channel, on the YouTube video, and we will pick one and you will win an exclusive APMA supply crate. Okay, it's a little competition for you. But guys, thank you so much for joining me
Thank you very much.
today on the Halloween special. I hope you guys have enjoyed the Halloween special at home. Do let us know on all the social media. Any last words? Any last spooky words from you guys? Just have a nice Halloween.
Really, mate.
I don't know what.
Get the most sweets possible.
That's it. Change your mask. Switch your mask over. You get twice as much.
Yeah.
That's my tip. Any nothing, guys?
Ouija board, do that for fun.
Dad can. That's it. Rob, we loved your story, mate, really. And Barney.
Up the froggers.
Up the Barney.
Up the Froggers.
Froggers.
That's it. See you later,
See you later.
guys.
Cheers.